Hi guys, and welcome to some high octane replay here. I'm in the Atlanta Tier 7 Premium, which is an interesting ship. You can be both overpowered and underpowered. Why, you ask? Well, it depends on how you play it and how lucky you are. And I'll show you what I mean by good and luck here. Right now I am detected by the destroyer who's straight ahead here. I'm not shooting at him though. But in a moment I won't be detected anymore. And as you can see, the rate of fire here is excellent. And I have dialed in the guns, so this guy is taking a lot of hits. Although now he's turning, so my aim is going to get thrown off. But what you want to do here is get close to an island. Preferably closer than I am at the moment, although I am fairly close. These guys technically cannot see me, or at least they can detect me, but the destroyer, who is somewhere to my right side, can. Well, could. No longer detected. And this is really where you want to be in the Atlanta. Those guys down there are shooting at me, but since I'm no longer detected behind the island, they can't target me, so they're blind firing. So right now I can just sit here and pummel this battleship. Set him on fire. Just... this is wonderful. When this happens, you have a good game. I don't know why those cruisers are still shooting at me. Because they can't see me. Shoot at something else. And this battleship is just sitting all sideways on here and... yeah, I'm going to pummel him to death. The guns are low caliber, relatively speaking, 139 millimeters, I think. But the volume of fire you can, well, put into a guy is just incredible. It all adds up. Other guys are shooting at this one, obviously, but, well. I am detected again now. I'm not entirely sure about what could be this guy. And I'm switching because, well, I am expecting this guy to be the one detecting me, so I need him to die before other people take an interest in me. Luckily he was on low health, and there he died. And the other guy burned to death, so got a nice little double strike. So yeah, so far so good. Oh, low health destroyer. And yes, behind the island is good, but as you can also see, these shells do visit the moon before they come down and hit potential targets. Which is kind of bad. It's not that easy to hit long range, but, well. Ooh, some health. Can't we need you to kill over the island? Need to pay attention. Don't want to run into two torpedoes. This thing does not have a lot of health. It's actually pretty bad. For tier 7, 27,000 hit points, that is not good. Oh, there he is again. I could have used my radar, I suppose, but, well. Yeah, hit him. And since he's turning around, I'm expecting torpedoes here. And too little, too late. And this guy again. Got my steering. Also, this thing has no armor, so basically trying to angle is pointless. Basically, you should still do it. But if it's a battleship, yeah, they should be able to penetrate you from just about anywhere and hit your citadel. When that happens, you have a bad game, because you tend to die fast. But of course they have to hit you first. Luckily for me here, he is shooting at me, but I'm having some backup. There are plenty of ships behind me. So, not too worried, to be honest. Took out my steering again. Sorry, my engine. I think he's backing up. Shots are falling short, although he is pretty close. He should be running away. There are 3 battleships behind us. There are 2 other cruisers with me. I'm not sure what he's trying to do here, but well, up to him. Looks like he's coming forward now. Giving us a nice broadside. He's on fire. Actually, that he's still alive is amazing in itself. He should have been dead. I mean, look at that. Set him on fire a second time, I think. Incoming torpedoes. I really am surprised that he's still alive. Just sitting here, not moving at all. Which is a little bit dangerous, but this guy has serious problems. Not to worry about him, and the rest of the team there is on the other side of the map. A lot of guys that went through a north, not sure why that far north. Well, and yeah, somebody finally put him out of his misery. And we got C capped. And yeah, well, 3 kills, 40,000 damage, a double strike, and we are winning. We have 2 caps, they only have 4 ships left, and we have, what, 7 ships, so looks like a victory. But we should do some more damage, shouldn't we? That's why we're here. So yes, back to how to play the Atlanta. You don't want to... Basically what I just did is not what you want to do, but since I had plenty of backup, and I could trade some health with that guy, you can get away with it. But other than that, you don't really want to be sitting out in the open. People tend to shoot at the Atlanta when they have the chance. So you want to be behind an island and not be detected and just lob shells over until they either start crying for their mamas and run away, or, well, they die. So if you can find that on your map, well, you go for it. I normally, as soon as I log into the game, look for that island that I can possibly sit behind at a good range. Around 10 kilometers, I would say, is a sweet spot. I do have the extended range because of the captain on this thing, so I think I can shoot out to around 13 or so kilometers. If not, it's about 11. Some people argue whether or not you should get that extra range because the shells are really up there. This guy is... yeah, I could target him around 13, so yeah. I did move a little bit too far ahead here. I am detected, which really I shouldn't be. Must be the cruiser who can see the front part of my ship. There we go. No longer detected. So now I can just sit here and pour HE into this poor little battleship who is already on fire. Yeah. Just about finding the right range, and he is maneuvering. It does take practice, so if you're thinking about buying this thing, well, I guess you can't anymore, but if you end up getting this thing, practice using the guns because they can be deadly. And bam, he got deleted. Oh well, another target. How nice of them to sail into range, one at a time. Well, at this point I'm over like, hey, let's just get closer because there are so few of them left, and other targets are closer than me, so they're not that likely to shoot at me though. So yeah, this is pretty much the best game, like, in sense of how it should be played. Ooh, 3000, that's nice. You can do also 3000. You can do a good amount of damage to these guys with HE. I rarely use armor piercing, although it does work. And kaboom, got the kill. Oh well, battleship time. They're down to 2. We have lost one more, but oh well. Also trying to remember the different enemy ships is going to help you. This is a German battleship, I believe. So he's a little bit faster. So remembering that, you can give the shells more lead, but they fire so fast that it's not really a big problem. You just fire salvo after salvo until you get the range done. Down here. So I have the range. I am maneuvering here, so I'm not broadside on because I'm expecting maybe torpedoes, or that he will swing those guns around and shoot at me, but he's shooting at the cruiser sailing away over there. It doesn't really matter, you have to get very lucky. Speaking of, I got unlucky there. That should have been my kill on my Kraken, but yeah, somebody beat me to it, and this guy's on very low health and he's dead. So it would appear that I forgot to save the result screens again. Not sure why, but yeah, whatever. We'll just look at this near the end. Didn't do anything after this. So 351 hits with my guns. That is nice, but it is the Atlanta, so 8 fires, also not bad. And killed 4. Too bad I couldn't get the Kraken. I would have liked that. But 83,000 damage, which is pretty good, and it took very little damage, about 5,000, so good. And I would assume that I finished probably in the top 3 for this game. I did some capping and whatnot, so yeah, would be surprised if not. And yeah, I gotta say, I love the Atlanta. I heard kind of horror stories about her before I got her. That like, oh my god, people just shoot at her and she gets deleted right away. Well, I guess she does if you don't play her right. I mean, if you just sail straight towards the enemy and forget about just about everything else, then yeah, you will get deleted. But if you stay a little bit back and you stay hidden behind islands and whatnot, you can do some amazing things. However, endgame, when you're the last ship left, if you're up against 3-4 or more, yeah, I wouldn't count on that unless they are on very low health. So you can basically take them out in 1 or 2 salvos, or rather take them out before they can fire more than 1 salvo and hope they miss the first. So it doesn't carry that well, but you can definitely do well in this thing. And I would say it's almost impossible not to make credits, so if you need a ship to make you credits, it's not a bad choice, but just be careful you don't overplay this thing. If you're too aggressive, you will pay for it. If you stay too far back, you might also miss a lot. So it's kind of finding that butter zone. And I would say, depending on your targets, maybe around 10 kilometers, because it should be easy enough to hit at that range, and you can still kind of avoid return fire. But, well, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this replay, and until next time, bye bye.